Hello, assalamu alaikum. Good morning, khushamdi, ji ayanu, goeiemorgen.
Pakher
Okay.
Nagale, Ni Hao, Chure Jubbe, Washmale, Ohio, Gonzalez, Guten Morgen, Hola, Boyor, Privyat, Kaifahal, Ale Shabbat Chatore, Ahlan Wasalan, Marhaba, and a very amazing good morning to everybody who's tuned into PTV World. And I'm watching World this morning alongside the very fabulous, the very stunning Shizza Hashmi and Shahzad Khan. Hello, Shizza, how are you
I'm
today?
doing absolutely great, and while I speak, I think you can have your time to drink your water.
Yeah, thank you very much.
Absolutely amazing early in the morning. The spirits are lifted, ladies and gentlemen. It is a Wednesday. Yes, it is. And well, it is the mid of the week, so just few days to go to the weekend again. So before you do start, talking about anything else, I
Yeah.
have a very small message, so
Go
let's
ahead,
begin
go
with that.
ahead.
So, I mean, when we look at beggars as street children, they're on the road all the time. We happen to come across them all the time. And like me, I know a lot of you also think that they're not really beggars, they don't deserve money, or sometimes they're even a part of street mafia, road mafia.
Okay.
Yes, more than half of the time, yes, but still, that does not change the fact that they are kids. I mean, sometimes they're asking for water, sometimes they're asking for you to probably mujhe agle ishare pe chhod dein, or any kind of
Yeah.
lift or anything. Do help them out. I mean, you're just sending a positive message out to them. And maybe while you talk to them, while giving them water or, make them sit in your car, you can sort of explain to them begging is not a good thing. So keep that thing aside and help them as children. Yeah, that's
Exactly, I
it.
think that was a great message as well. But just because you gave out this message, there was this thing which happened to me last night while I
Okay.
was driving back home, and there was a transgender at the street light, and as soon as they approached towards my car, and I rolled down my window, they go like, "Can you please give us 500 rupees?" And and I was shocked. I was like, they're going to ask for 20,
Right.
10, or 50, or 100, and I was like, "Did you actually give it to me?" And then, but other than that, I think the message is great as well. And for all those people who might think that, they do not deserve the money, so I have a very different opinion about it.
Okay.
And the opinion about it is that I think that it is not for us to decide
Who
whether to
deserves
give
them?
them the
Yeah.
money or not, because we are giving it in the name of Allah. And
True.
when it's in the name of Allah, it shouldn't actually be looked into that deep as well within this matter, that whether we should be giving or not. If it's for
Right.
Allah, if there's anybody asking for it, go ahead, give it to anybody you want.
Absolutely love what you said.
Yeah, thank you.
So, ladies and gentlemen, what we are talking about today is sort of very close to what Shahzad loves, more or less. Do you want to
Yeah.
introduce?
Yeah, obviously, I want to introduce. So, ladies and gentlemen, everybody knows that I'm a biker myself, and we have a group of people. We ride together as well, and we call it a brotherhood because this thing has actually taught me a lesson as well, and
Okay.
that is that you never leave behind anyone. So, I think this is one thing which you can take out of this sport itself as well. But other than that, in the previous year in 2018, there were these amazing motocross events as well, and then there were extreme adventure events taking place over in Pakistan, where there were people flying in from Italy, US, and where not, and they were phenomenal with backflips, front flips,
Wow.
tails and whatnot, whiplashes. So what? So I think that people of Pakistan have actually taken inspiration from them, and they have grown better than them. What are they doing? How are they doing it? We have a small video to share with you guys. Go ahead, take a look. It's going to be very exciting today.
Stay tuned.
Exciting today.
Stay tuned.
Right,
Wow.
ladies and gentlemen. So that was Sarfaranga Desert, which is the coldest desert and the highest in the world.
Wow.
And this group, ladies and gentlemen, is known as the Bikers and Hikers of Pakistan as well. They're over here in the studios with us. and I feel very excited to probably do their introduction as well, because there's this one thing which people need to realize, and that is that first things first, it's not an easy job. Second thing, that it's very dangerous. And third, that they have actually taken their motorbikes and they're utilizing all of this adventure biking to explore Pakistan. I think this is the best thing which anybody could do. So on my right hand side, ladies and gentlemen, we have been joined by somebody who's a freestyle adventure biker. He's the president of Bikers and Hikers as well. He's none other than Mr. Arshad Malik. Hello, assalamu alaikum, how are you?
Walaikum assalam.
Thank you very much for joining us. It's great to have you alongside Mr. Arshad Malik. Ladies and gentlemen, we have been joined by somebody who's actually one biker. Well, it applies to all of them. So, and he's the vice president of Bikers and Hikers as well. He's none other than Mr. Zagam Chauhan. Hello, assalamu alaikum. How are you?
Walaikum assalam. I'm good.
Thank you very much for joining us. It's great to have you. Last but not the least, ladies and gentlemen, he's the marketing manager at Bikers and Hikers. He's none other than Mr. Ibrahim Shah. Assalamu alaikum. How are you?
Walaikum salam. I'm
So
fine.
thank you very much, gentlemen, for coming over. You know, it's a moment of pride and honor for me to have gentlemen like you over here in Pakistan. And there was this one lady, ladies and gentlemen, who happens to be an adventure and freestyle biker too as well, but she couldn't make it because of the fact that her mother wasn't feeling well, but it's perfectly all right. But we do have a dedicated representation from both the genders. That's something which makes me feel great as well.
Right.
But that's just how I'm going to get the conversation started. Such kind of sport is very rare in Pakistan, and people think 100 times before even getting into a sport like this. How did it all started? You know, when did you actually started riding a bike as well? Well, I think every kid in Pakistan rides a bike, may it be a 70 or 1 to 5 or whatsoever. But how did it all started? Bikers and hikers.
एक्चुअली बाइकिंग जो है ना वो तो स्टार्ट किया है 1964 66 के अंदर.
Okay.
बट बाकी जो है इस क्या कहते हैं पैशन को आगे लेके चलते हुए हमने 11 के अंदर जो 2011 के अंदर बाकायदा क्लब रजिस्टर करवाया. उसके बाद इससे रिलेटेड जो लोग थे उसको इकट्ठा किया उनको, और इस फील्ड के अंदर हम लोग आ गए.
So was it hard actually getting all the people on board who actually loved doing what you loved doing?
ऐसा है, शौक के लिए सारे आते हैं लेकिन लोगों को इकट्ठा करना पड़ता है और उनको आगे मतलब है सारा प्रोग्राम देना पड़ता है. वो करते हैं और बहुत अच्छा होता जा रहा है अल्हम्दुलिल्लाह. और जैगम चौहान जो है वो हमारे साथ बाइकिंग के अंदर बहुत अच्छा क्या कहते हैं एक फील्ड के अंदर लाने वाला और इस पैशन को आगे चलाने वाला वो मेन किरदार इसी की है.
Very nice. All right, ladies and gentlemen, Sarshad Sahab over here is actually trying to say that, you know, he's been riding a bike since 1965?
66,
66, okay. Wow, which is I don't know, which is probably 30 years before I was born as well. And then they officially registered the club in 2011. And he says that Zagam is actually the one who drives all of this passionful thing as well. So let's move on to Zagam. Zagam, how did you become a member of this club?
Basically, we do initiate for the club biking, me and Malik Arshad Saab, back in 2007. And after that, we make this on 2011 as a club group.
Okay.
And then we have decided to gather the people around us who are interested in this field.
Okay.
So we have taken an initiative to gather the people, and then we probably start in 2012.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay, okay, that's great. But you know, for somebody, you know, it is very difficult to gather people who actually are within the same sport, because talking about trail bikes,
Yes.
I think that there are very lesser in numbers over here in Pakistan as well. People do have these trail bikes, but you know, they'll probably ride around the city and go back home and sleep. So, but what you have opted for is that you're going to take your bikes to some exotic locations over here in Pakistan and make sure that people are actually going to see the Pakistan you guys are witnessing as well. So, how difficult was it? How many members do you have in this group? And then everybody has got their own reservations as well. Yaar, main ye nahi karunga, main ye karunga, main ye nahi karunga, main ye. So, how do you manage all of that?
Definitely, everyone has his own reservations.
Yeah.
But we have almost 40 members in our club from all around the Pakistan. We have members from Quetta, Karachi, Multan, Gujranwala, and Islamabad, Lahore.
That's great.
And we are dealing with them with their own dignities, you know. And it's really very tough to handle all the people around you under one place. But Alhamdulillah, we are doing it.
And how many women are there within your club?
Basically, we have 2-3 women in touch with our club.
Wow, that's
And they are our members as well. And we are good.
Amazing. So do they have more reservations than male members, or is it just fine? You know, this everybody's just
You know,
on
when
board?
you are in biking,
Yeah.
so you don't have any reservation whether you're biking with the male members or
Yeah.
female members. We
Yeah.
are all together
Exactly.
and working as a group.
Wow, that's
So we
great
don't
as
have
well.
any reservation.
Amazing. So
about
let me move on to Ibrahim. So Ibrahim, you are the marketing manager, which means you are the pillar of the group. You know, if you do not go and sell out the videos you guys make or whatever is required, I don't think that the club will actually proceed with whatever they want to do. So how difficult does it get to going to people over here in Pakistan and introducing them, you know, freestyle biking or adventure biking as well? Because people might not be very well aware of this sport itself. So does it get difficult for you?
It's been like every time difficult for us.
Okay.
Whenever I just go like to someone and I just have to talk with them like about like the biking.
Yeah.
So they are like, oh, you're killing like our sons and everything. Like they are gonna be like wheeling and just like stunts and
They
like
think it's
everything.
unsafe.
Yeah,
Okay.
they think like that, and we are just spending like a lot of money on our like outfits and just like safety, like
Exactly.
everything. Okay, so some kind of like reasons are like the money, and some of the reasons are like the motorcycles and things
Yeah.
like that. So it's been like too much difficult for us just like to manage that.
Wow.
And that's seriously.
Okay, I feel like there is definitely a sort of an issue that goes on with, you
Yeah.
know, convincing people regarding this specific
We
sport
have
as
that.
well. But I do have a question for all of you, including you, Shahzad,
Yeah, go
since
ahead.
you are a biker.
Go ahead.
So men are, of course, very touchy with their cars and, you know, bikes and
Yeah,
everything. But sometimes there are days when your friend might ask you for your car and you'd
Yeah.
be like, oh, okay, fine, just be careful with it. But with bikes, I feel
Yeah.
like you would never lend your bike to even a friend. Is that true, first of all, and why so?
Yeah, I will answer this question. So, you know, bikes are very tricky. So, you know, for somebody who's actually never ridden a bike and he or she actually wants to sit on a bike which is 600 cc, it gets
I
very
wouldn't know
difficult.
what
You
that
never
is.
know how much of the throttle needs to go in to ride the bike, because the bikes are so tricky that they actually tail out and tail in, and you know,
Okay.
you can slip in a flick of a second.
Oh.
And we're not saying that we are very amazing bikers, but then at the end of the day, bike is something which I will never ever lend to anybody at any cost.
Yeah.
And even if I will, so what I do is, I'm sorry to all my friends to whom I've done it. So there are two modes. There is this A mode and then the B mode. So A mode is like the 100% capacity of the engine. So if you throttle, it's more powerful. And
Okay.
B is like 60% of the
Right.
total power as well.
Okay.
So what I do is that I trick them, I put it on the B mode and give it to them, whatever you want to do. And there's
Okay.
this other rule as well, which is very interesting, and that is that if somebody took a ride on my bike and they got back home, and then they're going to tell me that we're going to go again, you know, that's the point where you stop them, because the next time they're going to go, they're going to try the throttle much harder.
Oh, all right.
But you know, over here, I can remember one day where we were in Islamabad, and there was this motocross event taking place, and one of the bikes, you know, for all those bikers who were here, so Zagam actually lent his bike to that biker, and his bike was on fire. So imagine,
Oh my God.
Zagam might not have liked the experience. So Zagam, do you
Wow.
mind sharing that experience as well?
Yeah, definitely. It was a Mountain Dew show.
Yeah, yeah.
The foreigners were here for the stunt
Exactly.
in Pakistan, and we were very excited that in Pakistan these things are going to be happen, and basically we were into it.
Yeah.
So on that time, you know, with the bike, everyone is touchy with
Yeah.
with the
Right.
bike, but on that time, the excitement was too much, so that doesn't matter for us.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
Yeah.
then what did you do? Because your bike actually caught fire. You know,
Yeah.
it was on fire. I don't know how, because the oil started dripping and then all of a sudden it was on fire.
So basically,
That's dangerous,
the
man.
bike has a cover, the engine cover, which
Yeah.
was made with the plastic.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
Plastic got fired,
Okay.
and it doesn't matter.
So it was all
It
good,
didn't
it was all
matter.
safe.
It is
I'd
good.
be so angry, to be honest, if it was anything belonging to me, but
Yeah.
you say it doesn't matter.
No, but I'm
It's
not
okay.
giving my bike to anybody. Even though I believe in this concept that, you know, things are made for people, people are not made for things.
Yeah.
But yeah, no sharing with the bike.
But you know what? There's a very nice gesture that you did. You've done it quite a lot of times. You know, people come up to him and ask him for a picture with his bike or sometimes with his car, and he's very sort of, you know, humble with them, which is
Yeah,
absolutely
I
great.
think you need to do that, but
Yeah.
you know, at times it gets tricky, you know, because then people would
Wanna sit on
love
it.
to sit on it, and they do not know that it's very heavy. If it falls, it falls. You know,
right.
that's what the problem is. So you cannot bring it back.
Okay.
Once it starts falling, it's falling to the ground, and then you need two
Oh.
more people to pick it up as well.
All
Basically,
right.
I'm just
Sure, sure,
interrupting you about that. there is one thing let me tell you about that we don't have accessories and parts available in Pakistan.
Yes.
Okay.
That's why we people don't like anyone to sit on our bike.
Right.
When they will sit on our bike, they will try to give throttle, and if it get down, and
Yeah.
we don't have parts here
Exactly.
available in
Right.
Pakistan to replace them.
Okay.
Yeah.
Which
So
actually
this is
brings-
the main thing. I think
It
so.
is the main thing.
Right, it brings
But I
me
don't
to-
know, it just does not feel right. You know, I'm very sorry. But
No
even
problem.
within the group, you know, there are people, for example, somebody's riding a 1000cc bike, somebody's 13cc bike. Even if they ask me to ride their bike, I
Yeah.
would never do that.
Okay.
Because why would you want to take that risk as well? But with that, ladies and gentlemen, we've got another video of the Bikers and Hikers group as well. Go ahead, take a look. It's very interesting. I'm excited. Yeah, let's do it.
Bikers are the
Wow,
cowboys
this
of
was
modern days.
absolutely beautiful to look at. First of all, the stunt, no, there were no stunts, of course, but it was just beautiful to look at. There are videos of stunts that we are going to share,
Yeah.
but the camera work even was amazing. To be
Exactly.
honest.
And I think that, you know, all credit goes to Mr. Shahzad Nabi Babar. If you're looking, you're a great guy, you know that as well. And we planned a video together, so we're going to do that. But other than that, ladies and gentlemen, this was DOSI planes. So I think what we do not need to forget is that, you know, the Bikers and Hikers Club, what they do is that they take their bikes and they're exploring Pakistan. And, you know, for all those people who are actually going to see all of these videos,
Yes.
will definitely take influence, would love to go to all of these
Right.
amazing places.
Absolutely.
And but you know, there's one more thing which I've noticed. Whoever wants
There's
to
just
answer
one
can
question
answer.
before
Yeah,
that.
go
I'm
ahead.
so sorry because we sort of started talking about this just before we watched the
Yeah,
video.
yeah, sure.
So you mentioned there are parts of the bikes that are not manufactured in Pakistan. It's sort of a deal to get them, you know, from
Yeah.
wherever
Takes
they're
2 months,
available.
man.
Okay, and even the gear that you guys are wearing right now, you mentioned that it's very less, you know, available in Pakistan sometimes. First of all, how do you how is it like? Is it hard on your pocket to get all of this? And then how do you manage to get it all the way from, you know, across the oceans?
Basically,
And would you like want Pakistani companies to sort of invest into this?
yeah, we definitely want that. But in Pakistan, I think things are going better day by day.
Okay.
And when we order the thing from the foreign countries like America, UK, Australia, it took almost 2-3 months
Okay.
to get
That's
to
such
get
a
your
long
stuff.
time to wait for it,
Yeah,
right?
definitely. We wait
So,
for
sir,
that.
do you think if things start getting manufactured in Pakistan, a lot of more bikers would be joining your group?
अभी तो स्टार्ट है इनिशियली वी आर वर्किंग इंशाल्लाह आगे आने वाले सालों में ये चीज़ें यहाँ पे होंगी
Okay.
और कंपनीज इंटरेस्ट ले रही हैं आहिस्ता आहिस्ता
Yeah.
इसी तरह स्पॉन्सर्स कर रही हैं और इंक्रीज होते जा रहे हैं नंबर्स ऑफ स्पॉन्सर भी और कंपनीज भी इंटरेस्ट ले रही हैं
So
इंशाल्लाह
so let me ask you a question because I just got this idea and ever since I've been thinking of a clothing brand as well. Do you think that if a local Pakistani starts manufacturing such kind of stuff which you require, would you buy it or would you still prefer Fox over it?
No, we definitely will go to buy it. Basically, first of all, we start buying our clothes from Sialkot,
Okay, yes.
Yeah.
and then we go for the Fox.
I even
and
got
other
my jacket
things.
made from Sialkot as
Yeah.
well.
Wow.
पहना हुआ है हम लोगों ने ये भी सियालकोट का ही है
Exactly.
यहाँ से
Okay.
एक्सपोर्ट होता है फिर वापस आता है लेकिन अब यहाँ से लेके उसको बंदा चलते हैं
Before it exported,
Yeah.
you got it.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that is amazing. But now what I was about to ask was, ladies and gentlemen, that the video we saw from the DOSI planes, these were the touring bikes. These weren't really the adventure bikes
Okay.
as well. So that means that each one of you has actually got more than one bike.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes, you know, this is where I was coming. So it's not just expensive in terms of clothes, in terms of the gear, but it's expensive in terms of getting the bikes too as
Bikes.
well.
Yes.
So isn't it like another level where you have to actually get like 2 or 3 bikes to be a part of this group as well? Because if I'll only have a trail bike, I won't be going with you guys on a tour on a touring bike as well because I won't have a touring bike. And touring bikes are very expensive. They're plus 2 million as well.
Wow.
So, you know, how do you guys manage all of this as well? It's a very expensive hobby.
Let me tell you that in my home I have 4 bikes.
Wow.
Wow.
The reason is I have 4 kids. and every bike is divided by the kid. My younger kid, he says that WR is mine, Husqvarna is mine. My younger girl says.
Yeah.
So this is the thing, and how to manage the bikes, it is really very difficult.
Yeah,
As you know, you are a biker. That to getting a bike in Pakistan, how to export the bike, import the bike from
It is
the
difficult.
other countries, it is a tough job.
And then even a basic oil change is very difficult
Yeah,
as well. You know, you have
Expensive,
to go, it is very expensive. So it gets difficult. So I'm going to move on to Ibrahim over here. So Ibrahim, for example, you know, so there's this company who actually managed to sponsor you guys. And then you have to, how do you plan all of these that, okay, this time we're going to go to Sarfaranga, okay, this time we have to go to Deosai, or first you guys decide and then you guys go out and ask for these sponsors?
Actually, we just decided like we just have like the schedule for 1 year.
Okay.
And now I think so like we have 8 to 9 races that is upcoming.
That are already scheduled.
Yeah.
Already
Okay.
scheduled.
And
Yearly
and
planned.
I just want to share something with you. Like today, after this show, we are going to the Khanpur Dam, and we have the meeting with DC for our next race on this 28th.
April.
Of this
Yeah.
month. Oh wow.
In Khanpur
Good luck
Dam.
for that.
Khanpur Dam.
That's gonna be first time in
Khanpur Dam.
Khanpur Dam.
Yeah,
Wow.
exactly.
Wow.
So let's get started with that. Shahzad, how many places have you been to in Pakistan, you know, with the Bikers and Hikers group as well? Name those places and let us know how beautiful they were.
सर पाकिस्तान बहुत खूबसूरत है अल्हम्दुलिल्लाह। मैं छोटी सी एक बात अगर आप लोगों के साथ शेयर करूं तो सिर्फ नांगा पर्वत को मैं और जैगम अपनी टीम के साथ वापस आ रहे थे, तो रास्ते में आने वाले 2 फॉरेनर्स हमें मिले, हेलो हाय हुई, और उन्होंने कहा मैं भी इस्लामाबाद से हूँ। मैं कहा आप कहाँ रहते हैं? कहते मैं एम्बेसडर हूँ स्विट्ज़रलैंड का। इसे कि दुनिया में सबसे खूबसूरत मुल्क जो है ना स्विट्ज़रलैंड है, लेकिन नेचुरल जो है ना और नेचुरल प्लेसेस वो सिर्फ पाकिस्तान के अंदर है।
Amazing.
Wow.
और मैं मतलब है कि नेचर को लव करता हूँ और लवर हूँ नेचर का।
Amazing.
मुझे बहुत पाकिस्तान के अंदर बहुत सारी जगह हैं। हम लोग तो जाके देखते हैं, लेकिन कुछ ऐसे माउंटेनियर्स हैं हमारे अल्हम्दुलिल्लाह, वो उन माउंटेन्स को हम
करते हैं।
बाकी कंट्रीज़ के अंदर मतलब इतनी रेंज नहीं है हमारे पास। जो है आप 6000 मीटर्स की जो है ना आप
We
lot
have
of range है।
unnamed peaks
Unnamed.
of 6,000 meters.
lot of
Exactly.
आप अगर
And then
इसको कंबोडिया के
7,000
लिए
and 8,000.
K2 की तरफ ट्रैवल करें ना तो दुनिया का खूबसूरत ट्रैवल है वो। एडवेंचर भी बहुत है और ट्रैवल भी बहुत खूबसूरत है।
Wow, that is absolutely true, you know, because whenever, Shahzad, we're talking about, you know, probably vacationing at some place or going to some place new, we think of, you know, Switzerland and similar places because everyone out there knows how beautiful it is. And he just mentioned that a person from Switzerland was here, and he said that Pakistan is even more prettier than Switzerland. I mean, naturally, because we have a huge variety of beautiful places ranging from high snowy peaks to dry deserts, even cold deserts. I mean, we have such amazing tourism going on, sporting and whatnot. And I feel like we really need to go to the north as well because we've never been there.
Because we've never been. And you know, ladies and gentlemen, that person was actually the ambassador of Switzerland as well, who actually said that I'm in love with nature,
Just
and
realized.
that's great. And you know, as Arshad Saab has mentioned, that when you, for example, start traveling towards K2 or towards the base camp, that's the best ever travel experience, and it's full of adventure. But whenever we talk about adventure, we really need to talk about danger as well, you know, because it is dangerous. And so which is why I'm going to ask them, because the last time while I was with all of those bikers who actually flew in from Italy and whatnot, you know, all of them actually had broken bones in their bodies. You know, somebody was like, you know, I've got 6 broken bones, somebody was 7, somebody was 8. So let me start with you. How many broken bones till date from 1966?
Or before that, you have to answer. Did you ever get like hurt?
Thank God I didn't, because I've
Okay.
never ever tried anything such, you know, anything of such sort, you know, probably going to those places. For me, Magla Road, you know, towards F6 and from F6 towards home. That's
Okay,
it. Or
that's
I've only
perfect
been
as
to
well.
Murray. That's it. That's the way I ride. Sir, how many broken bones in your body?
सर मेरा लाइफ के अंदर जो है ना सिर्फ इतना लॉन्ग एक्सपीरियंस हुआ है राइडिंग का, बट 2 दफ़ा एक्सीडेंट हुआ है। और सेकंड टाइम अभी जो लास्ट टाइम हुआ सफरंगा के अंदर, सिर्फ अपनी टीम के साथ इनको लेके गया हुआ था देखने के लिए। तो वहाँ पे खड़ा हुआ बाइक अपने ऊपर गिर गया। उसका वेट ही इतना था मतलब कि भाई उस आगे गिरा है तो 4 जगह से वो उसने टांग तोड़ी है। और फिर आगे उसके बाद यहाँ से इस्लामाबाद से ही आगे ऑपरेट करवा दिया। लेकिन अल्हम्दुलिल्लाह आप कह रहे हैं कि भी पहले पूछा आपने कि भी इनिशियली आप लोगों के साथ अगर कोई इंजरीज वगैरह हो तो क्या होगा। वहाँ पे स्कर्दू के अंदर उन्होंने बहुत डॉक्टर्स थे, उन्होंने बहुत अच्छा हैंडल किया वहाँ पे, और बाहर यहाँ पे इस्लामाबाद आ गया तो फिर यहाँ पे आके ऑपरेट करवा दिया। ऐसा आप मतलब मैनेज करके किसी चीज़ को चलें तो कुछ भी नहीं होता।
Okay, that makes
Sorry.
perfect sense. I mean, you just said that this does really happen, and sometimes even if you're not meeting, God forbid, an accident or something, your bike can fall on you and you can break your leg or something. But in Skardu, you were mentioning there were already first aid in hospitals. What about you? Did this ever happen to you?
Basically, it's a part of adventure, and I don't think so. It is to be mentioned here. Basically, yeah, we are from the part of our bones. My wrist is broken, my shoulder is broken, my leg is broken.
Wow.
And this is nothing for us. Basically, we are into it, and someone has to ring the bell. So this is the thing.
What about your heart? Have you ever been heartbroken?
No, it's never.
Well, I
gonna
think
be
there's a
happen.
reason. He thought a lot about it. But yeah, go ahead. Go
Let
ahead.
me
Have
tell
you
you,
ever been in
basically,
love?
बेसिकली जो आप बात कर रहे हैं ना, नेचर से प्यार करने वाले ना फिर दूसरी तरफ नहीं आते।
Oh, that's a
I
great
just-
answer. Absolutely right.
And I just want to prove that.
Yeah.
I just want to prove
Yeah,
that
sure.
he is he's a good singer for that.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
That's why I can say like his heart is broken.
Oh, right.
Okay,
Got it.
so please go ahead, share a song with us. Go ahead, sing
got
us a
you.
song. Sing us a song. So all you need to think is that we are all from the Bikers and Hikers group. It's midnight.
Yeah.
We just got back from a ride. We are on our beds, and now you're going to sing us a song. Go ahead. Which one it's going to be?
Make it a melodious morning.
Okay, let me sing Junaid Jamshaid song.
Go ahead.
Please
Go
do it.
ahead.
Absolutely
I'm a big
love
fan of him.
Even we are.
Yeah.
And let's. तुम्हारा और मेरा नाम जंगल में दरख्तों पर अभी लिखा हुआ है, तुम कभी जाके मिटाओ।
Oh, wow.
बाहर आती है लेकिन उन दरख्तों पर नहीं आती। हमारे नाम पढ़ती है तो वापस लौट जाती है, यही हर बार होता है। Basically, I was not prepared for that, but
No, but this
No,
was
but that-
absolutely refreshing.
That was beautiful, and I think that having such amazing backing vocals on these videos made my day. It was very different. It was
I've got to
surreal.
rewatch the show as
Yeah.
well. But listening to the song, I feel like the lyrics have changed over time. Yes, with this, the lyrics of this particular song are so innocent, I feel like. I mean, it doesn't happen anymore, right? I mean, who goes to jungles and writes the names on trees anymore?
We
or
still
even
have
benches.
we still have those crazy people.
I
over there,
have seen
yeah.
so, but yes, times changed. But
I
that was a
believe I am
beautiful
one of
song.
them. I can run into a jungle, write the name, come back, and go after 10 years to see whether it's still there or not. I think everybody needs to do that. It's all about, the passion, the dedication, and how much respect and love you have for that particular thing. I mean, for
Yes.
example, whenever we talk about bikes, if God forbid something wrong is going to come out of my mouth for the bikes, I think they're going to start beating me as well. Or you do not know how to respect it. Okay, but now, sir, I think that this is, this is how the cult needs to be, and that is that, for example, whenever there's a group of 20 or 25 people riding together, so it's one for all and all for one.
Yeah, definitely,
So no matter
when
what
you
happens, even if you are
travel
like far,
together.
far away, and there's a
Right.
risk of that, probably all of us can die. So I think that everybody is going to choose to die, but to take along the entire group as well. Nobody's going to. And this is something which teaches me a lesson as well, and it comes naturally within the bikers. Why do you think that this characteristic within our personality comes and emerges and makes us a better human being?
जिस वक्त कोई प्रोग्राम अरेंज करते हैं हम लोग, उसके बाद बाकायदा इनिशली स्टार्ट लेने से पहले थोड़ी देर के लिए रुकते हैं और इन लोगों को सारा गाइड करते हैं कि भाई ये चीज़ें करनी है और ऐसे करनी है, ठीक है। लीड करते हैं, कभी जैगम कभी मैं करता हूँ, तो सारे एक ही प्रॉपर वे में चलते हैं। उनको सारा मतलब मैं ऑलरेडी प्रोग्राम के बारे में बता दिया जाता है, हर चीज़ के बारे में कि ऐसे करना है, रिस्क नहीं लेना किसी जगह पे भी। और लकी हैं हम लोग, इतने खूबसूरत मुल्क में रहते हैं, इतनी खूबसूरत जगह देखते हैं और उनको अवेल करते हैं पूरे ग्रुप
But even then, when you have 40 people riding around with you guys, there are few people who have got a head like mine, who will probably still be going somewhere else, not
वो
listening.
जब आप
So do you have
depend
any
करता है।
penalty process where they okay, you know,
Yes.
we are going to
वो
find you?
फाइन करते हैं हम रास्ते में जाके,
really?
किसी से खाना मतलब है ना अप्रोक्सीमेटली वो हज़ारों में चला जाता है। इतने लोग जब साथ हों तो वो जिस जगह आप खाना भी खाएंगे, जैसे खाली चाय पिए या कोल्ड ड्रिंक वगैरह पिए, तो वो भी मतलब है ना थाउजेंड्स में आ जाती है।
Exactly.
तो दूसरी दफ़ा वो नहीं करता ये काम ना, उसको पता है कि मैं अगली दफ़ा मुझे फिर पड़ेगा तो मैं टूर में मैं मतलब होती हैं, साफ ज़ाहिर है कुछ लोग ऐसे होते हैं शरारतन भी करते हैं, कुछ लोग मतलब ऑलरेडी माइंड जो है वो उनका होता है, लेकिन वो चेंज कर लेते हैं हम
Exactly.
थोड़ी मतलब चंद घंटों के अंदर ना उसको मैनेज करना पड़ता है हमें, और कर लेते हैं अल्हम्दुलिल्लाह, और बड़ा सक्सेसफुल रहता है। जहाँ पे भी जाते हैं बड़े सुकून से गुजारते हैं टाइम, और वापस आते हैं रिफ्रेश हो जाते हैं, और फिर अपनी लाइफ के अंदर जो है ना स्टार्ट हो जाते हैं।
ਹੁਣ ਸਰ ਮੈਂ ਬੜਾ ਵਧੀਆ ਸਵਾਲ ਕਰਨ ਲੱਗਾ you know, and you really have to be focused on this one as well, because I have gone through it and I think everybody in Pakistan goes through it. I do not know why it happens. It shouldn't be happening though, but what happens is that when there is a closed group you know of people who ride together, I do not know why, but there's this political sentiment within that group as well, where what they do is, you know, there are people who actually like a few bikers, there are people who do not like a few bikers, and somebody wants them to be in the group, somebody does not want them to be in the group. And then everybody says, oh, you know, he did that and he did that, and there's a lot of backbiting which goes into it. Why do you think that this culture is there within the biking group, you know, and may it be the Iron Brotherhood from Karachi, may it be our group Road Burners,
Yeah.
may it be your groups, it's a part of every group. Why? What kind of insecurities can a rider have? I mean, why?
Good
Yeah.
question.
I'm second to you that it is really in all the groups.
Exactly.
Not in a one group or a single group. And bikers in Pakistan, we are working for Pakistan, and we have to travel through the Pakistan and to show the beauty of Pakistan.
Yeah.
So why do you think that this group is
Exactly.
getting prefer from us, and we are more preferable from this group and
Yeah.
from these guys?
Right.
So we don't think so. We don't work like that.
No, but there's this constant race of who is a better rider. You know, this,
ऐसा नहीं
this
है।
is there.
Competition
ऐसा
is
नहीं
healthy,
है,
right?
ऐसा नहीं
It's
है।
not healthy, you know,
हमारी
because we do not have tracks over here. You know, there's nowhere to prove.
No,
हर जगह
we
से
have
ऐसा-
to prove that. There is always a competition. If
Okay.
there will be a competition, then you will grow better. If there is no competition, then you will die somewhere.
Yeah.
So
Okay.
competition should be in a row, but you need to be a practical
Exactly.
rather than you know, saying blah blah blah.
Sentimental, yeah.
Right.
yeah.
ये लोग करते रहे, जो करते हैं वो सियासत करते जाते हैं, वो ऑफ होते जाते हैं आहिस्ता आहिस्ता ना।
Oh, okay.
और आप बेटर ये है कि उनके लिए, जो बाकी के लिए, हमारे लिए तो है अल्हम्दुलिल्लाह, हम सिर्फ करते जा रहे हैं, और रिस्पेक्ट इसी में हमारी है।
Right.
हमने ये कभी नहीं देखा कि उसने हमारे लिए क्या किया, या फलां क्या कर रहा है, या वो
Right.
कैसे टांग खींच रहा है। अगर इस तरीके से देखते रहेंगे तो हम भी पीछे उनके साथ चलेंगे।
Exactly.
तो आपने ये देखा है जो कुछ किया, ये तो कुछ भी नहीं, अभी तो बहुत सारी और डॉक्यूमेंट्रीज है, और हम पाकिस्तान को दिखाने के लिए साथ साथ जहाँ पे भी जाते हैं अपने तौर पे मैनेज करते हैं, साथ डॉक्यूमेंट्री के लिए ना सारा,
Right, right.
और अल्हम्दुलिल्लाह उसको शो करते हैं। और बेसिकली पाकिस्तान के अंदर टूरिज़्म आप अभी देख रहे हैं ना, चंद साल पहले नहीं था।
जी, बिल्कुल।
ठीक है, ये सारी दुनिया को इल्म है, ये बाइकर्स ने सारा दिखाया आपको। जिस वक्त गए हैं उन्होंने किसी
सारा
ने
तो
क्लिप्स
bikers ने नहीं दिखाया,
नहीं सर, ऐसे
थोड़ा
ही
कम
है,
करें।
ऐसे इस चीज़ को आप
Sir,
एक्सेप्ट करें।
70% I can say that we
इस चीज़ को
took
एक्सेप्ट
initiative.
करना पड़ेगा एक
Okay.
टाइम, कि आप लोगों को मतलब देखें तो उन्होंने आके फेसबुक पे और सोशल मीडिया को यूज़ किया। अब आप मीडिया, आप लोग आपने इन्वॉल्व मीडिया वाले हुए
जी,
हैं,
बिल्कुल।
Right. You know,
ज़्यादातर
sharing their
जी,
journeys
वो
on
नहीं किया।
sometimes phones and
उन्होंने लाके शो मतलब इस पे सोशल मीडिया पे दिया है, तो फिर आप लोगों को
I
पता
think
लगा।
everybody played a role. I think this is a nicer way to say it.
Right, that's
And
true
yeah,
as well.
And I just
Right.
remember, like whenever we just like manage our trip
Yeah.
to somewhere like to the northern area or like wherever it is. So Zagam and just like Arshad, and they are just like telling us in the group, in like the WhatsApp group, like we are going there, and everyone is like, okay, I'm in, and after 15 days, we just have 10% people.
Oh,
Yeah.
all right. So people
And on
back
the
out.
yeah,
Okay.
and
It happens.
and on the traveling day, we just only have Zagam and Major, and they are like, we are going. It doesn't matter you're going or not,
And you know
and they're
that-
exploring the beauty of Pakistan. Seriously, I just
Right.
want to say like,
I think
Major
that
and
is great,
Zagam,
and it actually
they
happens.
are
And I
they are doing
absolutely
that.
love what you guys are doing, but that brings me to my next question, since you said a lot of people do back out. Why is that so, first of all? And because this is such a dangerous hobby, first of all, and more than dangerous, it is also time consuming. You have to spend your time with your, bros. How do you manage your family life? I mean, does it ever happen that your family questions you कि bike ज़्यादा ज़रूरी है या हम ज़्यादा ज़रूरी है?
इसका सिंपल सा सवाल जो अक्सर मतलब ना आप ट्रैवलिंग के दौरान ना 2-3 चीज़ें हमारे साथ बहुत ज़्यादा होती हैं। सबसे पहले तो जो चेक पोस्ट पे पुलिस नहीं चेक पोस्ट के ऊपर रोकते हैं, पुलिस वाले रोकते हैं, आर्मी वाले रोकते हैं, या बाकी की जो मतलब कुछ एरिया ने उन्होंने अपनी कम्युनिटी बनाई हुई है वो भी रोकते हैं। पहला सवाल तो उनका ये होता है, ये बाइक कौन से कितने सीसी है, उनको ये जवाब देना है। इसका टैंक कितना बड़ा है, इसमें पेट्रोल कितना डलता है, उसका भी जवाब देना है।
कंज्यूम कर
फ्यूल ये मतलब माइलेज कितना इसका कर रहा है वो भी जवाब देना है।
Okay.
उससे फिर ये पूछते हैं यार और कोई चीज़, मतलब कॉपी चेक करनी है, लाइसेंस चेक करना है, कुछ भी नथिंग नहीं पूछते। बाकी फैमिली के लिए आपको ये बताऊँ कि पूरा आप मंथ वीक मतलब सुबह 7-7:30 बजे उठते हैं, बच्चों को स्कूल छोड़ना, लेना, ऑफिस का काम करना, बाकी के घर के काम, फैमिलीज़ को, दोस्तों को मैनेज करना। तो उस रशी लाइफ के अंदर जब घर वाले भी देखते हैं तो फिर कहते हैं नहीं यार इस बंदे को भी रिलैक्स होना चाहिए बेशक।
Okay, so you're probably one of the lucky ones,
Yeah.
right? Because
Yeah.
it usually does not happen. I mean, of course, it's only natural that when you do not spend a lot of time with your close ones, even your family members, they do question you. Does it happen to you?
It happens to him a lot.
Things are being scheduled for whole the year.
Right.
Yeah.
We travel with our family as well.
Oh,
My
that
kids
must be
are
fun.
been to Khunjra Pass,
Wow.
Skardu, and everywhere. I've been with my kids as well. So I don't think so. They try to stop us.
Yeah.
Oh, it's not an
They
issue
push
for you.
us
Because they
back
know now
and-
that they are
yeah.
unstoppable as well. What
Yeah,
about you,
definitely.
Ibrahim?
Actually, I did recently tour with my wife on the bike.
Wow.
So
Wow.
she's also she also had like the every
The
like
trail
outfit.
adventure seeker she
like,
is as well.
Like with me, and she is good with me.
Well, I think that's great. But ladies and gentlemen, since the name of the club is Bikers and Hikers as well, so we're going to share a video where they're biking and then hiking as well.
Yeah.
Go ahead, take a look.
Take a look.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, I think I'm going to
Stunning.
take a lot of inspiration from these gentlemen, because what we do is we work for television, go back home and then sleep, and then next morning get up as well. And in between, if I get time, we do right. But these were some amazing places. This was the backside of Nanga Parbat, if I'm not wrong. And Arshad Saab over here has to share a story related to this particular event which took place at the backside of Nanga Parbat. What happened?
इस जगह को जब देखने के लिए हम लोग गए हैं, मेरी टीम के साथ हम मुख्तलिफ जगहों को डॉक्यूमेंट्रीज कर रहे थे, तो वापसी पे हम जिस वक्त ये राफ्टिंग के लिए रुके हुए थे वहाँ पे, तो कुछ फॉरेनर्स आए हुए थे, मतलब उन्होंने हमें वाक़ खान के बारे में बताया, और हमारा प्लान है इंशाल्लाह वो भी
They were
करेंगे।
bikers as well.
वो भी बाइकर्स थे। कुछ लोग स्कूल और कॉलेज और यूनिवर्सिटी के और कुछ फैमिलीज भी वहाँ पे खड़ी हुई राफ्टिंग के लिए। तो क्वेश्चन बंदे ने किया, कहता है जी आप लोग कहाँ से हैं? मैं इस्लामाबाद से। नहीं कहता है अभी वापस कहाँ से आ रहे हैं? मैंने बताया यार रुपल और तिरशिंग और आगे लातूबू और इस साइड से। कोई मशहूर जगह बताएं जी। मैं कहा मशहूर अस्तोर है यार, मतलब उसके साथ देवसाई और वो है। नहीं कोई लाइक नारायण का गान गिलगित
A
वगैरह
prominent landmark.
वो बताएं। मैं कहा यार नारायण का गान के साथ मतलब बता रहा हूँ अस्तोर है, अस्तोर बड़ा मशहूर जगह है, और फलां जी के कहना जी इसी तरह दसो ना जिथे गिलगित हो गया, मरी हो गया, मतलब अल्हम्दुलिल्लाह ऐसे ऐसे प्लेसेस हैं बहुत खूबसूरत, बहुत खूबसूरत। आगे आगे जब बढ़ते जाएं, ये लोग अभी सिर्फ नारायण का गान और मरी तक और गिलगित तक खड़े हुए हैं। मतलब इन लोगों को यही आपको बता रहा है, बाइकर्स जाके ऐसी जगहों पे जब वापस आते हैं तो फिर लोगों को बताते हैं कि यार ये जगह देखने वाली है। अभी जहाँ जहाँ हम होके आए हैं बहुत सारी दुनिया वहाँ पे जा चुकी है।
Right.
और हम जिस वक्त ये सुनते हैं खुश होते हैं कि यार मरी जैम पैक हो गया हुआ है, गिलगित जैम पैक हो गया हुआ है, नारायण जैम पैक हो गया। तो इसके कंट्रीब्यूशन है बाइकर्स की बहुत
Let me
ज़्यादा।
tell you why we are bikers and hikers.
Yeah.
Where the road ends, where the off-roading ends, we used to hike. We have been to Nanga Parbat base camp, Rakaposhi base camp, Diran base camp,
Okay.
K2 base camp.
Wow.
And K2 base camp is almost a 20 days travel
Exactly.
from your home to home back.
Oh. But
And
which was your like best experience ever?
the K2 base camp was the best experience.
Really? For both of
over
you, what about
lifetime.
you?
And ladies and gentlemen, they have made a very phenomenal documentary of that too as well, which they refuse to share with us. I do not know why, because they're obviously, you know, because they're spending a lot of money, they definitely need sponsors, and everything cannot be out for free as well.
It's only fair.
And I truly understand that as well. And since we're only left with the last 5 minutes of the show,
Right.
Ibrahim, I'm going to move on to you. So, you know, you've got 5 minutes to convince. Not probably 5, you know, probably 1 minute to convince all those people who are out there who are actually watching you today. Tell them how to actually reach out to you guys, your email addresses, your phone numbers, and then what kind of sponsors do you need and how will they benefit out of it?
Right.
Oh, sorry, I was a marketing major in masters.
Actually, we need sponsors, like every kind of sponsors.
Yeah.
If they are like, if they are kind of share like money or like whatever it is, we need sponsors because like we are like in the first stage right now, because like no bikes and no like outfits and nothing because like the people's
Right.
of like because it's too much expensive for us.
Yeah.
We can afford that, but normally like not like other peoples can afford that.
Okay.
So that's why we need like sponsors, every kind of sponsors, and like you can reach to with us like for on the Facebook and YouTube as well, Bikers and Hikers,
Yeah.
and we have like our own pages also, and everyone is just like following us.
Exactly, and that's great. But you know, at this point, Shizza, I think what is very important for people who are out there, since we are a government institution ourselves, I believe that, you know, for example, organizations like PTDC or any tourism organization which are out there, probably they are the people who actually need to sponsor them. And then Zagam was very right that wherever the road ends, they hike and they go to those places, they come back and then they let people know. And then people get to know, okay, you know, we should probably go over there as well.
Right.
But it's not that it's very easy. You know, it gets a little difficult as well, because if you go to a newer place, they might not have resorts, they might not have places to look after, they might not have hot water to take shower with. But eventually, you know, that scene which you're going to witness will be with you for the rest of your life, and it will be worth it as well. And I think that's what the adventure is as well at the same time.
That is absolutely true.
I think there is one more thing to share with you people as well, that we are arranging some different events like motocross events in Pakistan, endurocross events. Like Ibrahim said before, that we have in 28th April Khanpur Dam endurocross race.
Exactly.
That is gonna be happen in first time in Pakistan. So, and we have already been into this business. And basically, we need support from the government, from the government departments, that we need to initiate, they need to initiate about the bikers, and they must have to think about the bikers, that these are the people, we are not like Kida Makode, and do not throw us in a dustbin or in any other
and
place.
I think everybody needs to take advantage of what they're doing as well. But you know, there's one simple question from all of you. So once, you know, in 5 years' time, in 10 years' time, if you guys think that you have been all over Pakistan, do you guys plan to go on a world tour on your bikes as well?
इंशाल्लाह अभी इसी हिस्से में जो है ना, सबसे पहला जो है वो हमारा चल रहा है अभी तक ना, कि उम्रे के लिए सऊदीया जाना है बाइकर्स ने हमारे पाकिस्तान के अंदर, ठीक है इंशाल्लाह, और दूसरा जो है यूरोप के लिए जो है वो प्लान किया
Sounds
हुआ है.
absolutely interesting. So towards the end, just one very quick question, and that is for all the people out there who are watching you right now, what is the right time or probably the right season to go visit all these amazing places that you guys have documented in your videos?
From May to November, you can go to the northern area, and from after November, you can the south side is open for you every time, like Gwadar, Sindh, and Balochistan. Where Balochistan is very amazing. No one has
even South
explored
Punjab. I
South
always say in
Punjab,
every show of
definitely.
mine, South Punjab is beautiful.
Yeah.
Right. Okay.
But thank you very much for being with us. It was lovely to have you. Thank you very much, Ibrahim. Thank you very much, Zagam. Thank you very much, Arshad Saab.
Thank you
very much. It was wonderful to have you guys over here. And we'll definitely have you over on the show as well after, you know, probably Khanpur Dam. So I think we want to do that as well. So ladies and gentlemen, please make sure, do you want to say something?
No, that's it.
Okay, well, that's great. You know, that's how great teams work. So please make sure to write to us on our Facebook page, which is with the name of
Well This Morning.
On Twitter.
Well This Morning without a G.
On Daily Motion and YouTube.
Well This Morning as
and
well.
this fabulous repeat is going to be at
5 past 11 p.m. tonight.
Till the next time.
Good morning.